Everybody, I hope you're doing well. Wow. I want you to listen to what this lady has to say. And this is an older chick. I'm going to say maybe about her in her 60s. But as they say, you what? You live and you learn. So she's saying that basically she has never encountered a man who left her better than when he found her. So you've never been better off after meeting the man. So it just makes me wonder if that's the case, what's he there for? So yeah, let's go ahead and listen to what she has to say. Quick clip. And I'm just gonna say I found this rather interesting.
Not one. I've met men who left me wiser, men who left me stronger, and men who left me more careful with my heart. But better? Nope. Because every time I had to rebuild something.
So hold on. She said, let me start again.
I've never met a man who left me better than he found me. Not one. I've met men who left me wiser, men who left me stronger, and men who left me more careful with my heart. But better? Nope. Because every time I had to rebuild something, they broke. My peace, my trust, my time. That rebuilding came from me, not them. And I started thinking about that the other day. How many women spend years pouring love, patience, and understanding into someone, and when it's over, they're the ones left picking up the pieces.
Wow. And that's what a lot of women do. Pouring out of your cup until it's empty, and then you look at his cup, it was never filled. Wow. Pour. And they'll have that cup still sitting and let you just pour. And then you're looking, okay, so now you're looking at him to pour into your cup, and it's not. That cup was empty day one. He's there to do what? Just take.
My peace.
So what are they there for? Just for entertainment? Then just say so. But this is what women do, and they give, and then giving with the expectation, giving with the hope it's going to be reciprocated, duplicated. And oftentimes in reality, giving and waiting and hoping in vain. Many of them are just there to take.
I've never met a man who left me better than he found me.
I have said this referring to women in my community. Watch, 3 B's. Babies, bills, bad credit is typically what follows dealing with most of these men. And when you add a child to the equation and then it's all on one person, oh man, your dreams, aspirations are going to all go on the back burner because, hey, you have to take care of his kid. And if it's just one person, there's no village, it's all on you, then you're constantly living in crisis mode. Women have to work, raising children, going to school. How it's done, I don't know. Stuck in crisis mode. And that's why I don't feel sorry for them when I look up if they've created a fatherless home. Okay, so the mother is working and raising the kid. What are you doing? They'll be sitting up and having their own place, not realizing they can only afford to live their lives with no responsibility because of the baby mother. Man, if she wasn't around, they'd be stuck. Or they place responsibility on someone else, their mom, grandmother, a new girlfriend, sister, cousin. And after all that, they don't appreciate it. They don't realize some of them are waking up this morning in their little place and they don't have to worry about getting another human being ready for school or dinner or bath and homework. No, that's all on her. And he has the nerve to complain about child support. That's why some women are saying, hey, you know what? They're going to pull the switcheroo on you. They're going to let you do it. But stop and think. I've said this before about our community, the women in my community. Look at your life before And I see it's just it's every culture. It's just people in general. Look at your life before and look at your life afterwards.
I've never met a man who left me better than he found me. Not one.
Wow.
I've met men who left me wiser, men who left me stronger, and men who left me more careful with my heart. But better?
Mm.
Nope. Because every time I had to rebuild something, they broke. My peace, my trust, my time.
And that's one thing too. You have to rebuild, especially if it's a breakup, and heaven forbid if it's a living situation. Oh my goodness. They just a video was just posted. I don't know if you saw it. I guess the girl, it was clearly her apartment. They're having it out and she's asking him to leave. And he just trashed the apartment. So his anger, which I hope she's okay. He was so angry. You know what he did? He actually tore down the door of the apartment, the front door. It was off the hinges. The front door, not just off the hinges, the front door was literally removed from the door frame, the door jamb, all that's it's separated. The front door. And I thought about it. How the heck does she explain? And it was all caught on the neighbor across the street, the ring cam. How the heck do you explain that? Now you have to call the apartment people and say, hey, here's what happened. What if he's not on the lease? To cause her to be homeless. But look at the embarrassment. He not only trashed the apartment, he literally removed her front door. Then Dunn tried to put it back on. It's like, you got to be kidding me. He was so angry and so violent. Trashed the apartment and removed that front door from it. That's what he did. Wow. What kind of guy is that? So now she has to put a work order in. Who knows if the apartment complex is going to come out the same day? They may decide to go ahead and terminate her lease or not renew her. Again, he's living there. So that lady has to not just rebuild emotionally, but also the physical of him restoring the apartment. And you wonder why a lot of women are choosing the bear or they're choosing to be single.
My peace, my trust, my time. That rebuilding came from me, not them. And I started thinking about that the other day. How many women spend years pouring love, patience, and understanding into someone, and when it's over, they're the ones left picking up the pieces?
Mm.
So maybe the question isn't, did he make your life better? Maybe the real question is, what did you learn about yourself after it ended? Because sometimes the growth didn't come from the love, it came from the leaving.
Wow.
So, no, I've never met a man who left me better than he found me.
Wow. Never met a man who left her better than when he found her. So basically, it's like when they leave your life, you're worse off. Yep, worse off. Got to start all over building again. And while you're building, life goes on. You got to go to work, earn money, do your regular routine. Wow. It's starting to look like, with all the toxic in the air, can't find a decent person. Single might be the better, not the new flex. That might be that's the better flex, the superior flex, and to be happy. But that is so true. And it makes me wonder how many women feel that way. In concluding, how many women feel when they start to look at things and to analyze.
I've never met a man who left me better than he found me.
So basically, you are already okay. Looks like you were better off before. And is that true for 100% of women? No, but it's true, I think, for the majority, it's true for a lot of women, I think. She never met a man who left her better than when he found me. So she was better off before. And it looks like if she hadn't entertained Charlie or those other men, the men would have to do all the rebuilding, time, energy, and consuming into being a better you. And that's why some women just see them for entertainment purposes. They're not trying to hear about a relationship. They've got a situationship, and some are like, hey, that can turn dangerous emotionally, financially, because you never know. These guys might, they start in their head thinking things. Yo, some saying, hey, they're not even doing that. Remember, ladies, it is better to be alone, child, than to wake up and wish you were. And I'm out.